Okay, so after you got out of prison, what was the marriage like?
The same. We picked up where we left off as far as the same, going to church and still focusing on God and praying and different things. And because he had to go to a halfway house, he didn't come straight home right away, because he had to get permission to go to a different state, because he was in Pennsylvania and we in Delaware. So all that took place. It still was kind of a courting kind of thing, because he wasn't allowed to come straight home yet for a couple of months. And then so I would go visit him at the halfway house, and then when he got like a furlough or something, the weekend off, we would go, hang out, movies, dinner, and I'd take him back to the halfway house. And then when he was let go to the halfway house, he had to stay in Pennsylvania for a couple of weeks, couple of months. Yeah, then he stayed with my grandmother, and then he stayed with a friend of his until he was able to come home. So it was a lot of different situations due to him actually getting to come home.
Yeah, so I didn't go straight home and jump her bones, if that's the question you asking.
Yeah, I didn't ask that question, but that was the next question. So when you went home, did you jump her bones?
Well, to be honest about it, prison psychologically messes you up. When you spend that much time incarcerated in a cell with another man or by yourself, and you come home to a woman who you can pretty much, do whatever you want, because the Bible says that marriage is honorable in all things and the bed is undefiled. You got to like almost try to reacclimate yourself to even get your mind to go there, because you're so used to being by yourself. It's almost like you're accustomed, like, okay, I can do with or without it. Yeah, it's like you take the vow of someone like a monk. It's like, okay, I know I can live without it. I did it for 10 years. But God says that for us not to withhold, passions from each other, and set for with consent. So I knew I had to cross that threshold, but it took some maneuvering to get there. But anyway, I had to gradually get there with her. It wasn't like, oh, I can't wait now. Yeah, it's on and popping. Let's get it. Papa's home. It was more like, so what you want to do? I don't know what you want to do. What you feel like doing? I don't know what you feel like doing. So it was kind of weird, man. You know what I mean? It was weird. And that's how God does it. He takes all the filth out. All that darkness and all that stuff that you learned throughout the years from watching
all that lust stuff.
Television shows, and I'm using the word television shows that you should be watching, that gets your mind all crazy and you're thinking like, oh, that's how it's supposed to be. It has nothing to do with that. When God enters into the bedroom with you, it's it's clean, it's harmonious, it's loving, it's affectionate, it's kind, it's all those elements. It's not just that animal thing. You know what I mean? You do what I say, woman. And you pull out the club and drag about. Caveman. Nah, it ain't about that. It's like, are you comfortable? Are you all right? What do you like? It's not about me now. It's about us together. And most men don't know how to do that. Most men already go in the bedroom with this, hey, get the chandeliers ready, tie this rope here. Hey, get the pole. Is it oiled up? Is it greased? And I'm like, yo, what's all this about? So you take the whole sanctity of the bedroom out, and now you at the strip club. That's messed up. But God said, no, that's why I need to purge you guys. I'm going to give you 9 years, 7 months, or 6 months, whatever, apart, so I can show you what love really looks like. And I said, wow, God, you know what? It took that for me to get a perspective on everything, marriage, everything. So God knew what he was doing when he did that. When he set me down, he said, yeah, I'm going to get the world out of you, and I'm going to put the word in you. Yeah, that's good. I'm going to have to preach that one day. Get the world out of you and get the word in you. Yeah.
Okay, so what are some of your biggest fears?
Dying and leaving my wife.
Well, regarding our marriage, what's your biggest fear?
I tried to dwell on it or think about it. I guess because our marriage went through so much, and it's like, what else is left in a sense? I don't really have a fear. per se. I have fear moments, but I don't really have a fear.
Okay, what's your biggest comfort concerning your marriage?
Then we have Christ.
Did you have Christ, you said?
Yeah. Then we have Christ. Because we would be a mess without him, put it like that. Because our personalities are, I'm more quiet and docile. He's more like, kind of. But with God, he's able to balance it and able to put it in perspective. And I can be mouthy at times. I can be like sarcastic. So I ask God to bridle my tongue and not provoke him.
Okay, you guys, what is the glue that holds your marriage together?
Christ, God, holds us together. Because without him, it wouldn't work.
Me?
Sure.
Oh, honesty. One of the things that me and Lorraine had developed during my time of separation was to be honest. I remember this one time God had tapped me on the shoulder. He was having a conversation with me about my past. And one of the things he brought to my attention, he asked me, who was I? And I said, who am I? God was like, yeah, who are you? I said, I'm Ivan. He said, no, that's your name. I asked you, who are you? I said, I'm the son of Catherine and Irvin White, Catherine Green. He said, no, that's your biological. I didn't ask you who your parents were. I asked you, who are you? I said, okay, I'm a convict. I'm in jail. He said, no, I didn't ask you what you did to get there. I asked you, who are you? And I said, okay, I used to use drugs. I'm a drug addict. He said, no, I didn't ask you of your behavior. I asked you, who are you? So every time I would say something, God would say something else because I wasn't answering the question. I was diverting from the question. He said, who are you? And at the end of the conversation, about 10, 12 things I kept saying back, and he would say, no, that's not what I asked you. I said, okay, God, you got me. I don't know who I am. He said, exactly. And he went away now. It was quiet. It was silence. And he left me with that thought. I was like, I don't know who I am. Because I put on so many different personas. The drug dealer, the church guy, the husband, the cheater, all these different hats I was wearing. And I became confused. And the Bible talks about being confused. It says that a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. And I said, God, so what are you saying? He said, one of the things that you have to learn to do is to be honest. First with yourself, and then with me, and then with her. So that provoked me to have a conversation with her one day. I had to literally tell her myself, get on the phone, because I'm incarcerated, and say, Lorraine, I haven't been faithful to you over the years. I've been a cheater. And I had to tell on myself. And the reason why God wanted me to do that, because he didn't want me to repeat the patterns of the past. He said, because if you don't do it now, you're going to go home and you're going to pick up where you left off from. So you needed to confront that. So yeah, I had to do that. And it wasn't an easy thing to do, Lynn. It wasn't an easy thing to do, to tell on yourself, to get honest, when she didn't even ask the question.
All right. Good answers. Now, we're going to play this game. And the way this game goes is I'm going to ask you some questions. You answer the question by pointing to yourself or your spouse. You have to have your eyes closed now.
Okay, why do I have to close my eyes? I can still point to her.
That's just the way the game goes.
Okay. All right.
If it makes you feel comfortable, you can leave one eye open.
No.
I was just joking. You gotta close both of your eyes.
I can feel her body though. If she moves, I can feel. Well, okay.
She can use her
I
other arm.
can't tell.
She can use her other
I
arm.
can use this arm because I can tell. Yeah.
I'm right-handed anyway.
Who is more romantic? Who said I love you first? Who is the most nervous about a big day? Who is in control over the remote control? Who gave the first kiss? Who's the better driver? Who wears the pants in this relationship? Who spends the most time in the bathroom? Who uses their phone more? Who's the better singer? Who talks more? Who is most likely to get lost? Who complains more? Who will be the first to fall asleep tonight? Who made the first move? Right now, who do you love more than anyone in the world? All right, open your eyes. You want to know what your results are? Ivan, you are not the father. No.
Got all my answers wrong. Huh?
Well, you guys answered differently on a bunch of them. However, there's no metric to this.
Yeah.
It's just a fun thing to do. So, what advice would you give to others?
Pertaining to what?
Marriage.
As a man, I would say be honest with your spouse. Stop playing games with them. Stop trying to get them to be something that they're not. Allow them to breathe. Allow them to blossom into who God called them to be. Because sometimes as men, we try to set parameters and try to get them to be this perfect wife or this, person that doesn't exist on the planet. And then we find ourselves being disappointed, and that would lead us to being curious about other women. So if we allow them to be who God created them to be, we'll have a great relationship.
Yeah, pretty much.
Any advice you have?
Yeah, just to always seek God counsel. Just have a relationship with God, and knowing yourself in your relationship with God, and just I said pray and seek God counsel on that person you want to be with.
All right, we're going to wrap it up. Show each other that you love each other.
No.
Oh, that was cute. All right, Joe, we're signing off.
Right.
All right, lip gloss.
Mm-hmm.
I feel
Bye.
girly.
Bye.
Goodbye, everybody.